Welcome to the last video of the series. We're trying to put a model behind REST interface, the one we have chosen from our uh, this selection. This is the one that we chosen, right? Model 3. We want to put it behind REST interface. We'll use Flask. This is a very popular framework for web development. We are using Flask for creating the REST interface, and it will have model in it. Let's see how to download and get started with Flask. You really don't need to know a lot about it, just few lines of code. Okay, this is what is Flask, and to install it, you'll do pip install Flask. That's the command. Okay, pip install Flask. Yeah, that's the command, pip install Flask. Once this is done, everything is ready. Okay, so we have a small piece of code over here. So as you can understand, if you run a web server, and you can request, do a web request to that, you can send a HTTP request to that, right? And you can access it through curl as well. There is another utility curl. So you have to install curl for that. Okay, so this is how you access curl. This is the command based utility to access web server. Okay, so this is the content type, this is the JSON information, and this is the URL on which we are focusing. We are trying to create this URL, and you can imagine any credit card transaction, you can send this message using a form or some other way to the REST server, which is running on this port, and it will be able to predict whether the transaction is fraud or not. Okay, so let's see this here. Let's see the Flask code. That's all. Okay, so we have from Flask, importing Flask JSON file for converting the contents so that it can be sent across the network. That is what it is, serialization. And then request. Joblive, we have seen this earlier, will now try to load the train model using this. Pandas is there, and Cassandra read, right? Because we have to write the prediction in the database, right? And this is the class which will be mapped. So we of course can do all this thing in a separate class. I just kept these things little outside. Okay, Cassandra DB, CWD, and you have sync class table for mapping this class to database. Okay, and this is the function which will get invoked when you call the function /predict/tx. Okay, so let's see this. Here we will try to test this using our curl. Okay, this is the utility to test it, curl. I'll have this message pasted in the wiki section. Okay, so we can test it, curl content type, and you are sending the URL. It is equivalent to sending a message through a form. Okay, you'll write the similar, equivalent version to that. So what is happening over here? You're getting the messages inside request.json, whatever message you are sending it from here, the entire content. This is, as you can see, one row of the data from here to here. Remember, you have to get rid of the time column. That's what you did. First, you converted the JSON content into data frame, getting rid of the time column, loading the model, uh, and you're using the best model for doing the prediction. And once the prediction is done, you are altering the dictionary, and finally writing into the Cassandra database using write JSON table. Okay, let's see this happening. And once you're done with everything, you're sending the entire data to the requester. It will your this particular guy will get this data. Say this is how I'm sending it now. Okay, okay. I need to run the server, and let's check the database to see if everything is all right. So we have 24 rows now. Okay, so let's see. Let's send the message. Okay, it said connection failed. Then probably my server is not running. Right, server has to run. Let it come up. Yeah. Then I should send the REST post message. Right, sending all this data and all. Once this is sent, this guy will be connecting data with CRC. It is doing the prediction p is equal to 0. That means it is not a malicious. Again, it is returning this content with this p. We would really want to see now if the content got wrote in 24 rows we had earlier. We have 25 rows. Okay. So similar to our Kafka consumer setup, the REST server is predicting the output writing to the database. That's all is happening now. Okay, that's all from this series. We understood how to create entire pipeline for credit card fraud detection. Okay, thank you guys. The links for all the code and everything will be present in GitHub slides. The commands will be in the wiki. So make sure you follow the GitHub, which is mentioned in the description. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot.